The Kano State Police is not taking any chances in averting a political clash between rival factions of the All Progressives Congress in the state. The command has suspended 2 programs billed for tomorrow at the same venue in the state. The state government had planned a youth empowerment program, while the Wankwasaya Foundation had scheduled a mass wedding at the same venue, the Sani Abacha Stadium. Police spokesman in Kano State, Magajia, told Channels Television that in view of the sore relationship between the Kwankwaso-led APC faction and that of Governor Ganduje, the 2 events cannot be allowed to hold on the same day and at the same venue. 27 students of the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, Enugu State capital have been arraigned for alleged complicity in the violence that ensued in the institution. The students were arraigned at the Ishabo Magistrate Court over the violent protest, which resulted in the destruction of more than 10 vehicles.
The court is jam-packed with students, parents, friends and guardians, all here to witness the arraignment of the 27 students. They are being arraigned on a 6-count charge of arson, malicious damage of property, unlawful assembly and rioting. After the preliminary hearing, the presiding magistrate, Oriyomi Shofoura, grants them bail on the condition that they provide 2 sureties each, of which one must be a parent who resides in Ogun State and another surety who must own property worth 100,000 naira or above. With the students unable to immediately satisfy the bail condition, they are headed off to the Bara prison. At this point, one of them faints, and then this drama ensues.
The judge has delivered his judgment and granted them bail, and they left the child. They left one of the victims. Even when he fainted, they were still there. Instead of them to take him to the hospital, they were still there pressing his tummy, pouring water on him as if they are in position to give him the first aid.
There are also reports making the rounds that one of the students was shot in the head, a report that the Ogun State government refutes.
It was not shot with bullets, it was tear gas.
The school authorities, on the flip side, have closed down the school for the mid-semester break, which will last for just 7 days. This, the management says, will allow them enough time to rectify the issues of water and electricity supply, which the students have complained about.
Let's take you straight to our Abuja studios on the news at 10 for more stories with Yemisi Ipai. Yemisi.
Thanks, Gimba. Some suspended recruits of the Nigerian Immigration Service have embarked on a protest march to the presidency to complain about what they say is an attempt to rob them of their jobs. They're asking the Immigration Service to reinstate them to their duty posts. The protesters were, however, met by some police officers who were on a special assignment to maintain law and order.
There is no mistaking the uniform some of them are wearing. They are representatives of the 2,000 recruits suspended by the Immigration Service.
I was recruited last year by the Nigerian Immigration Service. I was trained, and then later on we were dispersed.
And they are saying that it's illegal.
Their patience is running out. They allege that the immigration authorities have since replaced their names with those of the children of the high and mighty in the society. Aisha Yesufu spoke for the group.
How can a state that is fighting insecurity train 2,000 youth, men and officers of the Nigerian Immigration Service, and train them in weapon handling, and then suspend them illegally? Just because those who now feel that they are now in position, because they feel that this is the opportunity to replace them with their own. And unfortunately, that is what they have done.
These protesters have been here for about 2 hours now, but they are nowhere near getting their demands answered. That is, to see Mr. President and lay their complaints before him.
The Nigerian police came out in full force, clearly with a single mandate: cut short the protesters' journey.
We are
The police say they have to take the action in the interest of law and order.
I don't know about their correspondence. Of course, if you write the office of the president within 2 weeks, you should wait for a reply. If there's no reply, write a reminder. If there's no reply, write another reminder. Everything is by process. You see, if you come on the street without permission, you'll be stopped. And we stopped them. What we did was we engaged them.
The protesters say they had received 3 months training, including handling of weapons, and would rather serve their country than take to crime. Authorities of the Nigeria Immigration Service say they suspended the employment of the recruits on grounds of irregularity. Ibrahim Adra, Channels Television News.
Nigeria will face challenges in funding developmental projects in the 2016 budget if the spate of attacks on oil installations continues. That's according to the Minister of State for Petroleum, Dr. Pt.2, who says he is, however, optimistic that the federal government is on the verge of delivering policies that would improve the sector.
These are very critical times for the nation's revenue earner, the oil and gas sector, and perhaps to underscore the enormous work needed around exploration, production, pricing and sales, the Minister of State for Petroleum, Dr. Pt.2, at this forum in Lagos laid the problems bare. Visibly worried, he drops the bombshell, 1,600 cases of pipeline vandalism between January and now, 1 billion barrels of oil deficit daily, among other challenges.
It's not just the fact that you lose volume, it's not just the fact that you lose income, it's not just the fact that FARC is affected, it's not just the fact that you're unable to, quite frankly, fund your development activities. It is also the fact that massive pollution is going on. The environment is being degraded by the day. There are threats to civilian life, there are threats to aquatic life, there are threats to survival in those entities. There's almost a threat of non-existence if you continue this for too long. And that's why I clarion call on everybody who says they're militants or whatever. I say, ahoy, it's about time to stop.
A low oil price regime is no more news, but are there opportunities for foreign investment?
The current crisis provides a good opportunity to resolve a raft of underlying issues: economic diversification, looking inward and developing areas of natural strength, fiscal stability, creating a conducive business environment, and ensuring our reputation as a country as one to be trusted and a place for investment to flow.
Is already talking to some of these militants, at least to help you ramp up this 1 million extra you're looking for?
We are talking. It is not an easy thing. But the talking must be done in an environment where people understand that government cannot be held hostage. We need to talk, but at the same time, there's a need to maintain a lot of the civility and safety of lives in those territories.
The projection is that by October, clear-cut policies for gas, the downstream, will have been made, and of course, hopefully, the spate of attacks on oil installations would have reduced considerably or stopped ultimately. Olu Phillips, Channels Television News.
2 pipelines operated by the Nigerian Petroleum Development Company have been blown up by suspected militants in Ohurode community in Odu local government area of Delta State. No militant group has so far claimed responsibility for the attack, which is said to be located about 20 kilometers from the venue of the one-day stakeholders meeting of the 6 coastal states of the Niger Delta. The meeting has been convened to proffer solutions to the ongoing attacks on oil installations in the region. Reports say that a technical team of NPDC and security officials have been deployed to the area to prevent the spread of crude to other communities.
Former Head of State General Abdulsalam Abubakar has commended Anambra State Governor Willie Obiano for his commitment to peace and security in the state. General Abubakar was speaking when he paid a courtesy visit to the governor at the Governor's Lodge, Amobia. General Abubakar was accompanied on the visit by the former governor of Old Kaduna State, Abba Musa, and former governor of Enugu State, Okwesilieze Nwodo, among others. Governor Willie Obiano could not hide his excitement as he described his guest as a great man.
Right from the time we came into Anambra State coming from Enugu, you can see, I was telling His Excellency, the development that has taken place is enormous. And I want to congratulate him for what I have seen so far. And my friend Ben told me I have not seen anything yet. And again, in terms of security, I would say Anambra State ranks one of the first in terms of security in this country. So, Your Excellency, I want to congratulate you and the security people who make this possible. Congratulations.
Well, it's my honor to receive a former head of state to the Governor's Lodge in Awka here, a great man, General Abdusalami Abubakar. He's visiting Anambra State on a social visit, if you will, and decided to pay courtesy call on the governor. You know, I'm so delighted and overwhelmed with joy to receive him.
Leaders of the All Progressives Congress in the Southwest have been brainstorming on ways to collaborate with the federal government to achieve meaningful socio-economic development in the region. The party leaders who gathered in Ibadan, the Oyo state capital, also revisited the issue of the right economic structure that will make every part of the country attain its desired potential.
It's a gathering of leaders of the All Progressives Congress and other political players in the Southwest. A conference organized to discuss how to enhance development in the region through collaboration with the federal government.
Excellency, the Vice President.
The Vice President, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, sets the stage. In his goodwill message delivered by Senator Babafemi Ojodu, the Vice President pleads with Nigerians to continue to support the government.
We seek your continued trust and ask you all to join hands with the government as we tackle as some of the challenges ahead. Change is not easy, but we are not relenting until we achieve a better life for all Nigerians.
The Oyo State Governor calls on the party's leadership to re-strategize in order to achieve the desired unity among the people.
Are we really talking and discussing and sharing and knowing? Do some people feel sidelined, neglected? For instance, at the party level, how often do we, as the executives managing the Southwest, how often do we meet Mr. President? How often do we articulate our positions to him?
For the Osun State Governor, Mr. Rauf Aregbesola, there's no mincing words. Nothing will change unless the country is restructured.
Even if I have to tap the mineral resources in my state, where is the money to do it? So you need capital. You need capital. And it's through the combination of the resources we have that we can exploit that resource. Haven't we been shouting restructuring before now? Why must we be quiet about this as a group in Nigeria? We must lead the call for the restructuring of Nigeria.
The conference also addressed the forthcoming governorship election in Ondo State, urging every party member to ensure victory for the APC in the poll.